Hello. It's Sunday. How is everyone? I'm realizing my feet are cold. I'll just have to sit crisscross. Let's pineapple. That's what we're going to try to do today, is we're going to try to pineapple. Swift for Sweeper says it's been a dreary day. It's been dreary here today too. I wanted to get out for a bike ride, but I woke up late and it was dreary. And I decided not to. Wasn't particularly interested in getting soaking wet, because it's threatening rain all day. So I thought I'd paint. Figured that was a good use of my time, because there is a lot to do. I didn't finish the pineapple yesterday, so there is more pineapple to paint. Leafly says, been gray all day here. Yeah. Super Yoshi says, I've missed the last couple streams and wow, it looks so good. Well, thank you. Pineapple needs done. It's not just going to be this weird smooth yellow. It will have detail. That's what I'm planning to do today. And then we'll see how long that takes, but the next thing I'm going to work on after that is the pomegranate. So the pomegranate will get filled in similar to how this is, and then it will get some detail. No more smooth pineapple. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that smooth pineapple. We will make it spiky. Mad Creator says, I'm cross-stitching, so it's a good day for it. Cross-stitching is great. It's been a long time since I've done that. Carly got into it a few years ago and was cross-stitching, and I gave her all of my floss, because I had no use for it. But that's great. She can use it. It's a peeled pineapple. It might still have those eyes. You know how they get the eyes? I assume that's where, like, the spiky piece is. But it could be a peeled pineapple. We have a 2-month resub from LB308 and 3 months from Super Yoshi 7. Thank you both. Smooth pineapple is being sent off to the same place as Big Kiwi. Yep, it's going there. See, I want my sweater on, but I am slightly warm and I don't want to get paint on the sleeve cuffs. So we're going to work on this pineapple, and I tried to draw in like the basic layout of where all of the spiky pieces go yesterday, and that didn't happen. It didn't look great. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try and build each one individually based off my reference image until I'm happy with it, and then we'll start to fill in like the shadows and work our way into the detail pieces. So that's my thought of how I'm going to actually try it this time. Basically doing that. And I saw this on the floor and I was like, oh, I was looking for it. Cool. So we're gonna work on this pineapple. And I had said yesterday that like there's a little bit too much pink, especially right here on the edge of this glass that I want to fill in. And I still have that blue. So I definitely want to get that in there before I lose that blue. Which I don't want to, because I may want to extend the blue just a little further. I still haven't decided, but this right here, like there's a little bit here and a little bit here, that part bothers me. So we will probably fill that in today, just before I possibly lose the blue. So drawing in all of these berries, I think I'm gonna start from the top center and then maybe try and make sure I have the right amount outwards and then downwards, because then I have a good idea of how big they should be. And then I don't have to like redraw them and be like, oh no. So they sit kind of tucked up close to the crown here. And they're, what's a good way to explain this shape? Let's draw it. The shape of each of these are all my notes, is it's kind of like rounded across the top. And then it does kind of like this, almost like a pentagon shape, but instead of having the finished pentagon up here, it's like round. And then like this part cuts down and then there's like a spike. Like they kind of do that. That's kind of how they're all shaped. Super Yoshi says, I forgot the pineapple is a berry and I don't know how to feel about that. It's a weird classification system, I tell ya. It's so weird. So they're all kind of slight little pentagons. But it's weird. So like there's one that's going to sit here and it kind of gets rounded. But they all get a little foreshortened because the whole object is round. So we get the flat piece and the side pieces. So we're just gonna keep building it like this. Alright, so we have this one, and then we're gonna get another one in here. And it's so weird because they wrap all the way around all of this. And then they start to look really confusing. And then I'm like, wait, which one of these am I drawing? And it's kind of a pain. It's not very fun. But I think in the end it'll turn out fine and then I'll be happy with it. And like this one got too small. And like they do vary in size a little bit, but not that much. And it's kind of nice that a lot of this is hidden behind the coconut. It's great. Vagabond says, the amount of pressure you need to apply scares me, because I'm pushing so hard on the canvas. I mean, it should have a bounce, right? But I am not with this, not in danger of poking through this. We have an 8-month resub from Awkward Geek 1999. Thank you. Broken Physics says, the best part about making art is not having to draw the parts hidden behind other things. It's like cheating, but better. It's like a secret hack. Put something in front of something if you don't like it. It's easier to draw them on the face, but once they get to the edge and start to turn, oh, that is not fun. because they're all kind of like bubbles here that get this regular grid shape. And that's easy. The ones that are straight on. Like this whole front row. And it's not really showing up on the edge because of the light color. So I think I can live with that. Broken Physics says, don't like drawing hands? Put them in pockets. Then you don't have to draw them. You just gotta draw pockets. All right, so I'm gonna take the dark, not dark, this is transparent. What am I saying? So this is transparent. And I was using this the other day. You can see it looks gray, like it's not black, it's quite transparent. I was using this to draw in the crown to like get those lines in how I want it, and I'm gonna do the same here, just to cement these in, and then I can start adding in my shadow colors. Now, I don't just wanna draw these like shapes I was drawing, I really wanna draw in some of these details because the spiky pieces really come out to the side. And then I think I'll be happier with that. So I'm gonna start right in the center where they're easiest to draw and start to fill in this shape. Because they really sit out like this. Like so. And then they get these ridges that go to the sides. So that's what I really want to do for all of them, is just draw that bottom part that kind of wraps up around it. So I think I'm going to draw all of these front-facing ones because they're easiest. And then it'll help block everything else in. Vagabond says, I'm gonna have to find some pineapple or something to snack on during the stream, aren't I? It's gonna go on my grocery list. I think once I start to build them next to each other, you'll see it like start to come together. Because this next one starts like here. Not that you can see that one because it's too close. Where was I? This one. See how much that starts to help when they come together like that and they start to intersect? They look like bats, really strange bats. But it's definitely bringing in the texture I want, which is great. Moose says, my dad and stepmom sent us a package of Sugar Bell oranges from their grove in Naples. I've never heard of those, but I bet they are amazing. Raven says, now pineapple and bats in the same thought does help the pineapple cravings go away. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of helpful for me to think about the drawing, but I can see why it's unappetizing. Hello, Chaz. All right, now I need to look at these side ones because they really get changed up with the foreshortening. So the pieces that sit towards the center, you can really see like their inner wing corners and their little feet corners, but then the pieces that sit towards the edge and get wrapped around, you don't see as much. And Brandon. Hi, Brandon. So like this foot you'll really see, but then this one kind of gets tiny, and then we don't really see that wing over there. And then we get the spiky piece, and then we get this arm that kind of really reaches. Oh, no, don't go on top of the blue. We just heard this. Jeff says hi. Hi, Jeff. Hope you guys are having fun. I forgot where these ones connect. Oh yeah, this one goes up. So now we do the same over here where this piece like really reaches far and then this piece is just kind of shorter. That one's best. Like, it really goes this way, but then it's just tiny over there. I'm starting to actually like how this looks. Brendan says, I see you have an acrylic pen and a pineapple. Pen, pineapple, pen? Over here, it's starting to get a little confusing, but that's okay. That part sort of gets made up. Oh, look at that pineapple texture. Cool. Noah says, pineapple upgrade. Look at, we upgraded it. I'd like to erase the chalk I used to draw all of the circles, but that's not happening. We're gonna start filling this thing in. Now here's the problem. The reference image I was using is an underripe pineapple. We are doing a ripe pineapple, which is much more yellow. So what I want to do is I want to start by probably filling in a medium color on the medium spaces. Because I think that's going to help me most. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same green I had for the crown, the medium green that's kind of like in here and like in this area, and start to fill that in first. And I'm going to use some glazing liquid in that to make it slightly transparent because I want to kind of keep it a little yellow, and this is green. But like some of the pineapple is green, so it's not that big of a problem that it is green. I just want it to be less green than I have it. And there's already yellow on the canvas. So I'm going to go, are we dry enough over here? Yes. And fill in some of this green. Trying to stay closer to the edges of all of this. Like so. Is that too tiny to tell? So it's like the inside of the top arch of all of these. And then I'm just kind of blending it a little bit into the yellow parts. One of the things I like about still lifes is that I can jump around a little bit with how I paint. So like after I have some of this green down and I'm like, I want this to dry so I can like really erase all the extra chalk, I can do that. I can go work on the pomegranate or something. Now the parts that are brighter yellow I think are going to look the best first because we're keeping some of that in there. Becca says bright yellows. They are very bright. This is also helping me get rid of some of the chalk because it's just kind of blending into the paint. And like we talked about yesterday, we just have to trust the process. I'm going to hate it. I know I'm going to hate it. That's how it always works. should have done this part first. Now my hand's gonna be in the way. We'll just have to stretch the brush more. Raven says, right up until you suddenly love it. Uh-huh. That's about how it goes every single time. Now, I don't want to lose everything I've done by doing too much green at once or too much of any color. Not like that was just too much paint on the brush. So like when I was doing this up here, I was filling in too much of the green and I was losing some of like these smaller pieces. So that was kind of a pain to deal with, which is why at some point I was like, I just need to go in and do highlights and shadows because I'm losing my detail and I don't know where I am in the painting. Thomas says, do you ever do the thing where you lean back and hold up your thumb to tell the painting is a good job? Good job, painting. You've been a good painting. Good job. But for real, that's for measuring. So like if I was drawing, what's over here? Like this bottle, like you can use the brush to kind of measure and be like, all right, well, it's about yay tall. And then you can come over here and be like, okay, it should be about yay tall. And then you can like make your marks. It's also good for like, if you're trying to figure out an angle, like, I don't know, there's a brush laying here. So I can like hold this up and be like, all right, it's here. And then I'm making sure the brush is square to my face. And then I can come over here and be like, okay, this is square to my face, but it gets foreshortened back in space this way. So if I draw the line here, it will look foreshortened. So that's really helpful if you're drawing from life. Oh, we have a Forest Minish raid. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome, raiders. Hope you all are doing well. We are painting a pineapple. And currently not liking it, but I've only put down 2 colors, so that's probably gonna change, as it tends to. Welcome, raiders. Wait, I'm a raider too. Hello. Trill Girl says, the pineapple's already improved so much from yesterday. Making it not smooth pineapple really does a lot, like surprising amount. I need to go look at a ripe pineapple again, see where the green actually is. Okay, so we have the green on the very edges there, and then we get green from the bottom of our little bat shapes. Just a little bit in there too. Okay, so that's where we're putting green. Hi, Josh. Yeah, we had smooth pineapple earlier, which was basically just like the yellow. Like if you can imagine like the black and green not there, that's what we had when I started today. So I'm just scrubbing in a little bit of green on the bottom of each of these berries. That was not a little bit. Super Yoshi says, smooth pineapple was unsettling. See, like I said, I don't like it right now. I will like it. It's just not yet. I should have just done this when I did the other part. But I was like, no. Only green goes in this one spot, not all the spots. Now I pay for that. Vagabond says, smooth pineapple can't hurt you, it's not real. And Rebecca says, definitely a lot of progress from when I saw it yesterday. Yesterday I did this and filled in smooth pineapple. And the day before I did the orange slice and the drink. And the day before that I did the background. And the day before that I did all of the pink and blue underpainting. Or 2 days before that. So we're just trying to fill in some green, not that much green. And I haven't been doing this second pass of green in any particular order, so I'm like, oh wait, I've missed one. Like this one. I missed this guy. So when I taught elementary school, one of the things that my school did is someone in the school, I don't know which teacher it was, got a grant for fruits and vegetables to be given out to the students. So for some reason or somehow we bought fruits and vegetables for the students, and then once a week they would go to classroom and give them out. And like sometimes it would be some really neat things. One time it was pineapples, and they just came around and gave every teacher a pineapple, even me, even though I didn't have like a classroom. I had a classroom, I had an art classroom, but like I didn't have a homeroom because it was elementary. They had their classroom teachers for that. And so for some reason I was given a pineapple, and when I was asked what I was supposed to do with the pineapple, because I didn't have anything to cut it or serve it, and I didn't have any students to give it to, they were like, oh, take it home, eat it. Free pineapple. And honestly, it was one of the best pineapples I've had in my life because I let it get really ripe and it was so sweet. Like if you buy them green, you need to let them sit a little bit till they get a little yellow. All right, what do I want to do next to this? I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to know exactly where to go from here because like one hand, I can start to add in some more yellow to blend this a little nicer. All of the spiky pieces are kind of like white brown. And I think I want a not so warm brown for that. I think I want burnt umber and not burnt sienna. Broken Physics says, gives you a pineapple, refuses to elaborate, leaves. And I think it was the custodians who like handed them out. I don't know. That was a weird year in my life. All right, I'm gonna mix up a very, very light brown. I knew I had some titanium white on my palette still to start to fill in some of this to give it any shape. You know, when I said I wanted burnt umber and I was like, not burnt sienna. I take that back. I want burnt sienna. It's warmer. It's much warmer. We have a 7-month resub from Furious Kitty. Thank you. Now, is that too light? Yes. I spent a good deal of time last night taking off all my nail polish. And I had a lot of layers of nail polish on. And then I filed them all down. And it took a while. Okay, maybe a little darker still. Kit Khalid says, how did you decide on your paint medium? My sister recently started painting gouache and loves it. I used gouache when I was in 2D art, which was like Art 101 in college. And I liked it because like it's a nice combination between acrylic and watercolor. So if there are things about watercolor you like being able to use water and water things down, it's great. And it can get slightly opaque or it can stay transparent depending on how much water you add. I don't know, it has good qualities of both. But when I took painting in college, I was forced to use acrylic because it was like, oh, if you're an art ed student, you have to use acrylic. And if you're an art major, you can use oil or acrylic. You get to pick, which I thought was really unfair. But I don't know, having worked in acrylic now, I'm like, oh, no, acrylic is fine. I'm used to its quirks. Kind of figure out how to use it. So I just, you know, when you stick at it, you figure it out eventually. We have a hype train. Hello, hype train, and 4 months from Breathe Wildly. Thank you. All right, so I've mixed up this brown, and the purpose of this brown is start to fill in these parts. So it's like every little spike is going to be, I regret adding so much glazing liquid to this, brown. And like it's not going to be this solid brown, but I need to start filling that in so it looks like something. And then we're just going to kind of blend that out into this nothingness. And it's going to look strange, I know. And we have 200 bits for Kit Khalid, who says for the hype. So the reason that I was only given the choice of acrylic in painting in college was my professor was like, if you're going to be teaching art, you're going to want to know how to use acrylic. And oil, not so much. That was his thought. Luna Gazer gifted a sub to Trill Girl. Thank you for the gift sub. I really liked my painting professor in college. As a person, like, fascinating man, brilliant artist. I really loved his work. But I don't feel like I learned about painting so much from him. He was an installation artist, actually. He didn't, I mean, he could paint, I suppose, but he was not really a painter. He taught a few classes. I had him for a few different classes, and painting was one of them. And I quickly realized how to get on his good side, and that was talk about philosophy and poetry. Luckily, I had taken an Eastern philosophy class and liked poetry. I had him for... what did I have him for? Painting. I had him for art philosophy. And then I had him for one other class, and I forget what the other one was. Brilliant artist. Like, seriously, his work was just phenomenal. I adored it. But he would just be like, all right, paint this still life. And having come from a drawing class and using chalk pastel to switching to paint was a whole thing. And I had no idea what I was doing. And it was very frustrating and a trying time in my life. See, I did it again. Like, I was like, okay, I'll do these. And then so my hand isn't in the wet ones. And then I worked my way this way. And now I have to be very careful. Oh wait, this loops here, okay. $300 bits from Furious Kitty, who says, I'm sorry I can't watch that often. I'm not an artist myself, but I do enjoy watching you paint. Well, thank you. I don't expect everyone to be an artist here. Like, I think it's important to appreciate art. Like, it doesn't have to be mine. There's a quote, and I'm not going to remember it completely offhand, that I read while I was in college from a news article, and it was something about how art was just trying to speak to people about beauty and love and loss and the emotions people feel. And that was what was important. And I was like, I like that. It was talking specifically about a gallery and how there was something going on and the art was just doing what it was trying to do inside the gallery while people made decisions around it. All right, now that I've blocked, like, there's like the berry and then there's like the wrap. The wrap off from the berry, I'm gonna finish off all of the berries, which is all the arch parts, and then I'm gonna do all the wrap. I think that's what I wanna do. I think that will be a good way to blend through this. There's a Kepler here. So I started again where I shouldn't. I should start on this edge. So these do get a little bit of like lines that radiate from these little star bat shapes. So I'm trying to like just put some of this gold color down on the edge where I had put the green. And then I'm trying to pull it inwards a little bit. We have a 9-month resub from Gold Mage. Thank you. So I'm just going around the edge, like I said, and then inside of the little star shape to give that a little bit of a shadow. And then I'm pulling it in lines, trying to keep those lines. And they're subtle. That's okay. And some of these are going to be too dark for the color I'm using for this. Like this one is way too dark down here. And so is this one, and this is actually lighter than it used to be. So I lose those lines, but when I get to a brighter color, again, it'll show up better. And I need to bring each of these out a little bit where they stick out because pineapple is not like a perfect line here. So I've been trying to bring in some of this texture in each of these, and it's working better in some than others compared to like how I had chosen these colors earlier, yesterday and today. but as I move through the different pineapple colors, it will work out. Oh, that is what this is. I feel like every time this song comes up, I'm like, what is this? Oh yeah. Okay, I did the darker color, and now I feel like moving to the even darker color. Because I'm like happier with these ones and less happy with these ones. And I don't know if it's dark enough for what I'm trying to do here. Well, it's dark enough on this one. So if you kind of ignore the tan color I have on there, it's looking better. It's supposed to be that way there, so I'm trying not to fret about that. All right, I've done enough of these dark colors, and I'm sure there will be more. But I think I need to move into a few of the light colors before I do the spiky part that wraps around the berry. So we're going to move back into some lighter colors. This is a really bright pineapple. Like, it's really glowing. That's fine. Now I did lose some of the, like this got really messy up here. So I used my lightest color on some of that, and now I'm going to go in with my more gold color. And do the same thing, but bring it into some of these ones that are slightly more in shadow. Because these ones need highlights too, but they just don't need as bright of color. think that looks really nice. I think I just need to add a little bit more of the brighter highlights and maybe even like a touch more of that with more white. We have a 3-month resub from Hayaryu. Thank you. Are the eagles not doing well, Noah? Please send help. I can't help. I'm painting a pineapple. Will a pineapple help? Are the Packers playing this weekend? My family hasn't said anything, so I don't get game updates unless something is happening. Throw pineapple on the field. It is Philly. Packers play the Chiefs tonight. Okay. I suppose I'll be getting messages about that later then. Alright, so I've mixed up an even lighter yellow. Just to do a little bit more on some of these. We only throw hot dogs and snowballs? Until there's pineapples. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now it's time to do the shell part. And we need to start by filling in this color. And it's not doing anything. Okay. Which means I think I need to get a darker color. Now that I'm filling this in, you can kind of see a bit better what part is done and what part isn't. Once I finish these little wrap parts, I think I need to darken in the shadows that I had originally done in black. Because, like, it's still there, but I want it to be darker. It's getting there. Thanks, Zachman. Like, the arch of each one, those are done, I think. Besides adding some more shadows in. But I'm working on, like, the wraps, where the spiky parts are. No more smooth, correct. No more smooth pineapple. We have an 8-month resub from Icona18. Thank you. Vagabond says, I love how detailed the pineapple and orange are. Everything else is just shape. Yeah. It's gonna be shape for a while. Couple days. I'm also trying to round out this a little bit. So it's not like smooth edge of pineapple. And everything is getting a little muddy and I'm not thrilled about that. So I think I need to bring back in some more highlights. That's better. I think I also need to work into some brown. This needs to be lighter. And it's not bright enough. So I have two colors here that I'm just trying to bring in some of this detail back. Because I don't think I like what I had put down for the highlight before. It's kind of purple. And like, it served its purpose of helping me figure that out, but it's still quite purple. That is solving that nicely. Uh-oh. I had white on my finger and I just smeared it. This looks way better. There is a plan for channel points, I think. I don't remember what it is right now, but Chaz and I have talked about it. So, store them up, I guess, for now. Alright, what do I want to do with this now? I think I need to darken the shadows. And I'm just going to do a glaze with that, so it's going to be a transparent teal, the darkest color from this. So I've mixed it up transparently. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go back in through here. And shade in a little bit, especially on the bottoms where it wraps through. And I've changed my mind. I don't want to use this teal. I do want to use the teal, but not for this. I need to make a more neutral green with a little bit of red. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, cool. Now we'll make that into a glaze. So like this one, that one's good. Are we talking about pineapple on pizza? It's good. It's like a nice hit of sweetness. I keep forgetting which one I'm working on, and then I just move to a different one. This is all the small stuff that just takes a little bit of time, because things change slowly on it, and they are small, tiny details, and I'm doing the same thing over and over on each one of these. I heard Kepler's scoop go off. Happy Kepler emotes. Because he is happy now. I grabbed one of these darker gold colors and it's not quite what I wanted. Okay, how do I feel about pineapple? kind of feel like I lost some of like this down here. So I think I need to bring it back in on some of these. Okay, I know what I need to do to finish this off. I think it needs to be slightly rounder where it's on the edges. Because I had started with a smooth line and I've been kind of working at that, but it's not exactly where I need it to be yet. Cool. There was something I wanted to do yet. Oh, I know. I wanted to put a little bit of shadow in somewhere. Is this a painting for something in particular, Erica asks. I wanted to paint a still life, and when I started painting this on Tuesday, chat was giving me ideas for what I should put in it. And that's why I started figuring out exactly what was going in this. Like the first thing someone suggested was kiwi, and so I started by drawing the kiwi. And this one will be on eBay when I'm done with it, eventually. Not quite done with it yet, obviously, but when I am, it will be up for sale, and it will be on merch for Redbubble too. Rip big kiwi. Didn't last long. Had to make smaller kiwi. So I feel like these points were all getting lost. So I'm doing just a little bit of shadow on them. And the color I really wanted dried out, so I'm just kind of making a new color. Out of some random things I have sitting on my palette. This little bit of a shadow here, where all these points sit, is really doing a lot of work. Like, a ton of work. Sometimes it's about the contrast between two things. Alright, did I forget any of them? Which ones are getting lost in space? You. Because it really makes some of them pop off the canvas. Like, to me, this one actually looks like sharp. Like I could touch it. This one feels muddy. Getting there. Like, almost done. Okay. How do we feel about pineapple? It came a long way in the last 2 hours. I'm glad you've been painting, Randy. That's great. Pineapple good? Very prickly? It is very prickly. I have paint all over my hands. Vagabond says, every time you look away for a minute, it looks so much better. It makes a lot of changes very quickly. One of the things I said I wanted to do was I wanted to fill in a little bit more of the blue color next to the drink. Steven says, pineapple looks great. I'll come see it in person in a moment. So Steven's going to punch in on it. Fake punch in, because I don't have a way to actually do that. One of the things I want to do before he does that is I'm going to paint in the blue, but like one of the things that's throwing me off is exactly where the coconut sits and where the avocado sits. So like, once those are in, it's gonna clean up these edges. So you can kind of imagine it that way. Like, it looks a bit strange because like here, it kind of bleeds into that space, so it does look strange. All right, where's that blue? I'm just going to add a little bit of blue next to the glass. Yeah, that fixes that problem quite nicely. So what I think this was is I think this was like the chalk I had down that didn't get underneath the glass. So it just looks strange. Perfect. And I have a lot of that blue, so I can extend it if I want. I can also do little things like, cut into the pineapple a little bit. Can we get a close-up? We will. Steven's walking in right now.
Hi.
Hi, Steven. Let me do this first. This is my Patreon ticker. These are the people who support me over on patreon.com/MalMakes. If you are interested in that, I'm sure Fossix has the link for you. The biggest reward right now is joining our Discord, and we have a lot of great people on there. And whether you support Steven or myself, it goes to the same Discord. So if you are interested in supporting me, you can check that out and the rewards that come with that. Fossix was too fast. And Fossix says, it took me 3 times to type that correctly, yet you were still the fastest one. Alright, Steven, could you punch in for me?
I can't go any further.
You can't go in any further? Okay.
Well, I can't go any further left.
Let me do this.
So you have to move it.
I can also do that.
Yeah, that's probably good. Look at that.
It's a pineapple.
That looks like a pineapple. I can actually control some of the zoom. Neat.
Cool. Do we have a raid message? I don't know if anyone's streaming, actually. That's where I need to go.
Oh, multiple people.
Multiple people are streaming. Jepson is? Yeah. Let's raid Jepson with the raid message Smooth Pineapple.
You've just you've been struck by a smooth pineapple.
I just imagine that would be really sticky and gross.
Jepson, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Jepson?
Let's see, I can do this from my phone. Alright. Slash, that's not the right symbol. Okay. Alright. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm going to be painting more this next week.
Did you start it?
Not yet.
You should
I
start
should
it,
start
doesn't it take like 2 minutes or something?
There we go. It does take a while,
you should
yes.
Start it. Yeah.
I will be streaming more this week because I still have a lot to go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more things to paint, like major things. So I will definitely be around this next week doing more on this painting because there's still a lot of different tropical fruit to paint. But thanks everyone for being here. I can't just send you.
Yeah, you really gotta start soon.
Yeah, I really gotta start sending people sooner. So we will have to wait for the timer to go down. But I appreciate everyone tuning in and hanging out while I paint this pineapple.
For those of your viewers who are my patrons,
Yeah.
there will be a Patreon video, likely later tonight.
Later tonight? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like in the morning, but probably later tonight.
Sometime in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, in the next 20, probably in the next 12.
Next 12 hours? Okay.
Yeah, and there's some cool info. I'm excited to share it. So there's some pretty cool stuff to look forward to. So I'm excited.
I am also looking forward to those things.
Yeah.
Where did my blue towel go? There it is. I still have some paint on my hands. All right, thanks everyone for being here and hanging out with me. Hope you have a good Sunday. Go tell Josh Smooth Pineapple for me. And he has a poll right now that says, what flavor do you think of when you think of Josh? So that's wonderful.
I promise you'll be wishing you were playing Draco still.
Oh, so when that happens, you lose your...
Yeah.
Think of when you think of Josh. Sweet, salty, savory, bitter, sour, smooth pineapple. The flavor that you think of when you think of Josh Jepson is smooth pineapple. Current poll in chat, everybody. Welcome in.
Smooth
Raiders.
Pineapple Josh.
From MalMakes' stream. How are you doing tonight? Thank you, Mal, for the raid.
You're welcome, Josh.
Poll right now. Chat wants to know.
This is the best poll that could have happened right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think of Jepson as a
Sweet,
smooth
salty,
pineapple.
savory, bitter, or sour.
Or smooth pineapple.
Or Smooth Pineapple.
Give the people what they want.
Salty. I'm about to get salty.
All right. Thanks everyone for being here. Definitely see you Tuesday morning for breakfast stream. Not sure what's going on Monday yet, but I don't know. Set your follow and you can find out.
Yeah, you. I'm trying to think of what you have going on tomorrow.
Nothing?
Yeah, you will almost certainly probably do more tomorrow. That's my suspicion.
I'm glad I helped, Raven. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. All right. Steven, will you click that for me?
I gotcha.
Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.